We're on the march. The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now, new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365. Hi, folks. This is Alex Jones. I'm looking for people that have the wisdom to spot savings, opportunity, and recognize risk. Saving means to make money. The Cal Ben Pure Soap Company can save you thousands of dollars and give you good old-fashioned real soaps that are triple concentrated and twice as good as what you're using now. Soaps made from vegetable and coconut oils that contain no useless dyes, perfumes, deodorants, or antibacterials. Your risk is the hundreds of hazardous toxic detergents that give you rashes, itching sores, and deteriorating clothing called lint. If you want something better, if you want something you've never had before, you have to do something you've never done before. Getting a free catalog is easy by calling 800-340-7091 or see Calvin on the web at 5starsoap.com. Take charge of your health now by calling 800-340-7091 or see Calvin on the web at 5starsoap.com. Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship. Body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv. Ago, I saw a great article by the Alexander Higgins blog. I don't know if we posted it on Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com, but it's Pentagon deploying 20,000 troops within the United States to prepare for civil unrest in the event of economic collapse. And he's got several newscasts about it. He's got NASA warning their employees to prepare for it. And without even asking Paul Watson and Kurt Nimmo and the other guys that post on Infowars.com, I know why I didn't see this, and because I'll call the guys or I'll march into their office and I'll say, hey, why aren't you covering this? And they'll say, but we've covered it 100 times. And I go, it doesn't matter. What is old is new to people. And this story's gotten a lot of attention, and folks have been freaking out over it, that the mainstream media is admitting, yes, we want to put troops on the streets for the collapse. You see, I was the kook, I was the weirdo, I was the nut. Now it's like, oh, yeah, everybody knows they're getting ready to put troops on the streets and training local police to run checkpoints and clergy response teams, trained to spy on their flocks. Oh, yeah, everybody knows they got telescreens going up the town square and Walmart and the malls and saying spy on your neighbor. Oh, everybody knows the TSA is going to be at the high schools now. Oh, it's no big deal. Yeah, that Alex is still a kook, though. See, they know that we muddle through things. The social engineers do. They know that we become accustomed. And when you understand that, just as that banker on the plane, that'll be good for bloopers online. Cover me with Jim Mars when I sneezed. If I seem out of it today, I woke up with a sinus headache this morning from Hades. And then every time I sneeze, it relieves the headache for about 5 minutes. So right now I'm in heaven, and then I slowly feel the sinus pressure coming back. And I was fighting not sneezing there. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. So, yes, I almost called in sick. I had the phone in my hand. I was going to call Jaron and say, get a rebroadcast ready. And I said, no. So you're going to get even more of the real Alex Jones today. Because my sinus headache, I think, is pressing on my brain and causing me to act loopy. Okay, Pentagon deploying 20,000 troops within the United States to prepare for civil unrest in the event of economic collapse. Well, that's what they told Europe would happen. Give the bankers the trillions they want or we'll implode you. Give them the trillions. Okay, that didn't fix it. Give us trillions more. Okay, give us trillions more. No, we're not going to. Tanks in the streets, blood in the streets if you don't do it. Okay, here's the trillions. Oh, it's going to get worse. The contagion's spreading. The countries are falling to the bankers. Now give the bankers more money and we'll fix it. And it's the same thing. But so now it's just a mainlining. You know, I'd tell you 10 years ago, hey, Rand Corporation says they're going to militarize police and train us to have checkpoints inside the U.S. and internal passports, and that they're even going to train us to put their hands on our body ahead of forced inoculations and DNA samples to get driver's license. Here it is, Rand Corporation, and what they come up with gets put into policy. Oh, that nut Alex keeps saying we're going to have troops on the streets of America. And they just slowly acclimate you until now. Well, of course there's troops. I mean, the white Al-Qaeda is going to get us. So we're going to be getting into that news clip from that and going over some of the articles that cover it. Because I know for our longtime listeners, this is ancient news for you. I mean, I didn't even need to read a Rand Corporation document 12, 13, 14 years ago. I went to a lot of urban warfare drills and witnessed the military training to take your guns and put you in camps and shot video of it. And people couldn't believe it then, so they said, Police State 2000 is actors. Yes, the ships, I hired them, the Coronado. I hired the thousands of troops and foreign troops to come into Oakland and do mock takeover of the city. Yes, it's all fake. No, it was real, but people couldn't believe it. They couldn't believe it that I had the video of the Marines admitting it. And so they just said it was fake. You see, it's just incredible. Okay, I want to go to Jim Mars with us a little bit in the next hour. Then I promise I'm going right to your calls and the whole situation with Obama last night up there terrorizing the public. And see, his approval rating plunged, and his approval rating with his supporters plunged because they thought their cars would fill themselves up with gas once he was in office, that houses were going to be free. I mean, remember, and Obama played along with that. Now he's coming and saying, hey, you do what we say or there's going to be a depression. People say, well, that hurt the economy, him doing that. He's terrorizing folks. That's his job, is to destroy the economy so the bankers can buy it up. And they're going to do it after they get a couple more bailouts and a couple more debt ceilings. But they're not done. You know, we're like a beautiful woman who's been whored out for 5 years and now is, you know, really run down with cigarette burns. But she's not a $1,000 a night hooker. She's now a $5 in the park hooker. But they're not done. Now, later they're going to walk us down to the waterfront and shoot us in the back of the head. Okay, I mean, they got some more pimping to do. But see, Obama's now being hated. Obama is now being decried. But that's his job, is to be hated now and to take the blame. See? And then they're going to put another shill up there for you to hate for 4 years. And then they'll betray you, but it'll be okay because they'll get us all fighting with each other. Let's go to Jim Mars, who, of course, was a Fort Worth Star-Telegram crime writer, researcher, out there driving around covering the real world. Talk about street smarts. He's the first person to actually teach a university-level course on the JFK assassination from the congressional perspective, that it was a government conspiracy. He, of course, was one of the main sources for Oliver Stone's film JFK and worked on that film. And it just goes on and on from there. He's a member of Scholars for 9/11 Truth, and he's written a bunch of best-selling books, The $1 Trillion Conspiracy, Rise of the Fourth Reich, The War on Freedom, JimMars.com. Again, I'm Alex Jones, if you just joined us with Infowars.com. And I wanted to get Jim on because he's written a lot about the Knights Templar. And for those that don't know, there are groups associated with Knights Templar, Rosicrucian / Illuminati, all over Europe. A lot of wealthy, rich people are involved. It's in the news that he was at meetings with very wealthy people. They had a show on Sky Television making fun of yours truly a few years ago. I forget that host's name, Andy something. And they, quote, go interview a member of the Knights Templars, and then he swears he's going to let him meet with the Knights Templar, and then he arrives, and he's the Knights Templar. But so it's all about magic, but not real magic. It's about conning you, sleight of hand, manipulating the members, and, you know, convincing people like Breivik to go out and do this and feel like he's a big hero. When you can just look in his eyes, he's completely insane. And he admits, oh, these rich, powerful people in government helped him. Yeah, they're going to help send you right to prison, pal. But let's go to Jim Mars and talk about the Illuminati, the Templars, the Friday the 13th. You know, all these terms we have come from these groups and the Crusades and all of this indelible mark on our current situation. Jim Mars, good to have you here.
Hey, Alex, good to be with you. It's interesting to hear you say that you now understand that they start off calling you a kook, and then after a while, everybody finds out that everything you said was absolutely true, but you're still a kook, right?
Yes.
Well, welcome to the society, because I've been at it for about 50 years now, and everything I've ever said has come true, but I'm still the kook.
Exactly. I mean, Alex said buy silver when it's $5 an ounce. It's now $42. He's evil. Alex said buy gold at $300 and something. You know, now it's $1,600 plus. He is bad. I mean, literally all over the web, I am evil. I am evil for being right. Sorry, Jim, go ahead.
You know, George Orwell said that telling the truth in a dishonest society is a revolutionary act. So, yeah, you're pretty radical, okay?
Hey, Jim, I don't even know your view on this, your analysis. We've been having different perspectives from different people. Dr. Steve Pachinik, Dr. Tarpley, different views yesterday. And some people are like, well, why did you have Pachinik on if he disagreed with you? Because I wanted to hear a different perspective. And quite frankly, I didn't know his view. I called him cold, get him on, and I would have done it over again. But so I don't know your view on the shooter. I want to get into it, and then some of the history of the Knights Templar.
Okay. Well, number one, I'm not going to stick my neck out and say that good old Anders it was one thing or another, because it's too fresh and information is still rolling in. But what I will say is I see the same commonality of contradictions and questions that seem to crop up in all of these false flag operations. First they say, oh, he's, you know, immediately they say, oh, it's Al-Qaeda. And then we find out Al-Qaeda apparently ain't got anything to do with it. And yet that was all over the news, and that's going to stick in a lot of people's minds. And then we're told, oh, no, he's just a lone nut, even though initial reports said they had arrested someone else. And, you know, this is, again, because I lived through and have covered so extensively the Kennedy assassination. There was probably 24 people arrested in and around Dealey Plaza at the time of the Kennedy assassination. But they came back later on and admitted that and said, yes, we arrested all these people for questioning, and no, they didn't have anything to do with it, and we let them go. The thing that gets me is on this thing, first initial reports say they arrested a second person, and then this news drops from the media, and then they're acting like, no, there was nobody else arrested, you know. So I think we see the same types of methodology going on here. And, of course, the thing that still strikes me is that Breivik goes into court, admits that he was there at the bombing, admits participating in the island shooting, and yet he pleads not guilty. And the whole time he's calm, relaxed. You know, this to me smacks of mind control. And, you know, again... By
the way, just breaking, it's now admitted he was hopped up on all sorts of drugs.